So I'm just sharing with you here my workout from this morning. So I've gotten into running over the last couple of years. It's taken me ages to even get any sense of decency with my running. I was so bad at it when I started, and I had to do a lot of work on getting my legs mobile again because I've got a leg imbalance, so one leg longer than the other, and that has caused like muscles to be out of plane and all things to have gone wrong with my tendons around my Achilles and stuff. So I'm having to rebuild them. So it's taken me ages to do that and even get any semblance of being a runner going on. And now I've sort of got them in okay shape. I need to build some strength in them so I can get longer distances and get some more speed involved. So I'm going to be doing that over the winter specifically, but you know, it's going to become part of my plan now. So today I've done like a strength training exercise plan for mostly for my legs. So it's running specific maybe, but it's just really good stuff for your legs anyway. So I just thought I'd run through it with you. Now, my legs are not good. So, you know, I'm not showing off here. You'll see how bad I am at some of the movements, but I'll sort of tell you about what I'm particularly focusing on getting right in order to improve. Because I know a lot about this sort of stuff. I'm just not very good at it myself. So let's take a look. So let me just say the first 4 exercises are sort of warm-up exercises, and the good thing about this plan I'm doing is they kind of superset some of the exercises. So when you get into the plan, it's not like you're going to do squats and do 3 sets of 10. It's like you're going to do squats for 1 set of 10, and then I don't know, plank for 1 set of 10, plank with a leg raise, let's say, for 1 set of 10, then back to the squats, then back to the leg raise. So you keep moving. Otherwise, I'd have to keep taking breaks between every single set. That's called doing supersets. So I'll explain as I go along anyway. So the first 4 sets of warm-up. So the first one is an air squat and then up onto toes, so into a calf raise. So it's like in the warm-up, it's just doing that for 20 seconds. So I think here I'll just show 3. The next exercise is what's called mountain climbers. So here I'm in the press up position on my toes and on my hands, trying to keep my arms straight, so hands underneath the elbows basically. And then mountain climbers is like, it's almost like you're running with your feet on the floor. So it's lifting that knee up to the elbow almost, and so it's in the air so it doesn't touch the ground, and then popping it back. So it's hard doing that for 20 seconds. So when the foot comes to the front, it isn't touching the ground there. Next one was side lunges. Sorry about the quality of this part of the video. I should have put it the other way. And that's just 20 seconds of going from side to side, keeping the hips facing forward. The one knee bends forwards and the other leg stretches in a side lunge, just as per normal. That's part of the warm-up. And then next, now these ones are really, for a warm-up exercise, this is too hard for me. So this is really like warming up the hamstrings, and it's called a push-up walkout. And what you do is you start in one position, you bend down to the ground here, touch the floor, and then start walking out with your hands, but trying to keep your legs as straight as possible. So it's really like giving the hamstrings a workout, and obviously lots of weight into the shoulders and that. And then you go right out as far as you can into the push-up position. Then once you're there, you walk your feet back up. So you walk out with the hands, but then your feet walk up to you, trying to keep your legs straight again. And I can't touch my toes properly yet. So I almost can't do it properly. I can just about get my fingers out, stretched to the floor in front of me a bit. But trying to keep those legs straight is really, really hard for me. So this one, you end up traveling as you do it. So I end up where I was doing it this morning, like doing one, turning around and going back. So that's like really hard for me. Now this is into the main workout now. So that was the 4 warm-up exercises. Did them all for 20 seconds and then did them again for 20 seconds. Now then, this will be a superset of 2 things. So first, it's called a clean. So I've got 2 dumbbells. I think I've got 10 kg on each one. Picking them up from the side, bending down from the knees, keeping the back straight as possible, not arching it. My problem is I tend to arch my back like that because I've got anterior pelvic tilt. So trying to keep the back straight, and it's just the clean part of the lift. So it's literally just up to here, and the power comes from the knees. So it's push up just to there, and back down again, down into the squat position. So I'm probably not dropping as low as I could there. It's okay for first time out for ages. Next one, so it's like 10 reps of that one. Now this is called a goblet squat, so it's holding a weight. I just kept the 10 kilo one there. For me, it's more about getting the positions right at the moment. So I'm going down into a deep squat as possible, using the weight to help me get down, and then back up again, nice and slowly. But see how deep I'm going down there. That's it for me, is to get down deep and get down into that position, because it's good for my Achilles. It's good for my calf muscles, especially the soleus at the lower part of the calf. And yeah, just using 10 kg. So it's 10 reps of that. And then I would go back and do the previous exercise for 10 reps again. I'd probably have like a 60-90 second rest in between, and then go back to this one and do 10 reps of that. This next one is like Pogo Jumps. This is just one set on its own, so this isn't in a superset. So it's like, I think it was 12 reps of doing this. So it's basically almost like skipping without a rope. So it's just like letting the knees go kind of flexible and just bouncing up as soon as I hit the ground. So it's like 10 of them, little breather, another 10 of them. Now going to the next set of 2. So this is like a real killer exercise for the hamstrings. So my hamstrings are really, really weak. In fact, all my legs, the whole of my legs, really, really weak. So on this one, lie on the floor and sort of get your feet up close to your butt and lift your bum and your back up. So, and then walk out with the feet, keeping your back off the ground. Can't quite tell there because I'm a baggy shirt. And you'll see me perhaps lift up here, yeah, to make sure I'm in that position. So my back, so I'm kind of just on my shoulders and just on my feet with my hands out to the side, and I'm walking away, and all the tension is in my hamstrings here. So it's walk out slowly, like little tiny steps, real pressure in the hamstrings, they're taken away, and then back up. So that's a really good one. So it's like 10 of those out and back. Oh yeah, and then side plank with a leg raise. So another one that's really hard for me, and this works the outer glute. So it's that bit on the top there that's working, and be 10 reps on each side of this one. So it's trying to stay in the side plank. I was already getting shattered, so I was balancing myself with my hand on the table there. So I'm in a side plank, and then just 10 leg raises on each side, and supersetting those, so it'd be one then the other, one then the other. Next superset, these are side walks with a see, I've got the resistance band around my legs there. So what this is walking sideways, look, keeping tension in the band. So I find that my knees want to cave inwards really easy, especially my right leg wants to cave in, because that's my foot that likes to go flat. So it likes to cave in. So I find this a really good exercise to kind of like keep my knees pushed out like this, keeping the belt under tension as I'm moving all the time, and not let it come in like this. And this is like a really good exercise for the muscles on the inside of your leg, your adductors and your abductors, because you're working them both, and also the glutes. That's like really tough for me. So that's like 10 each way. So I go 5 one way, 5 back, 5 one way, 5 back, and superset that with this exercise. So this exercise is really good for the obliques, which is these muscles in here. So we get a pretty heavy weight and let it go down our side, and then feel the stretch in here, so that then when we lift back up, we can isolate that oblique to do the pulling back up. So there's no like tilting of shoulders in order to create the movement. It's purely where the stretch comes in the oblique in here as you pull back up, using that muscle to get it back up. So that'd be 10 on each side of that, supersetted with the side walks. You can see I've still got the resistance band on there. Oh, what do they call these? Something bugs. Not ladybugs. Dead bugs. Okay, so lying on the floor. Let's see if I can just get back to... So you get into this position here with knees up and both arms up in the air. So knees up, both arms up. And then you have to move them in opposite directions. So it's your left leg goes and your right arm goes, and then you bring them back. So see my left arm, right foot, right arm, It's actually quite hard at first to get the tempo of it and get the timing of it right. But so that'd be like 10 reps on each side of that, so 20 reps. That's quite a hard one, really good for the core, because so you've got to make sure, so this is something I have to do on that one, because my anterior pelvic tilt, my back arches, so I have to really make sure that before I start, I get my back onto the ground, down onto the ground, so my lower to middle back is pushed down before I start doing the exercise, and I can really engage my core. And this one's a clean and press, single arm, really hard for me. So when I get down here, my right leg really wants to cave outwards. So I'm trying to get down as low as I can without falling over. So even that bit is just hard for me. And then it's a clean up, using the knees to push me up. Then the bit at the top comes from the obliques and down one side, shoulder and arm, and lifting it up high. So that's 10 on each side. So of course I'm doing 2 sets of those, supersetted with the other one. So yeah, and that was the workout then, and then I go straight into, well, almost straight into my stretch routine after that. I always have to do the cool down stretches, otherwise my muscles are going to be so tight tomorrow that I won't be able to run. Any questions on that? I'll put in the comments the actual workout and the names of the things. Any questions on that? Let me know. But that is the workout of someone who's pretty useless at the moment. Take care.